viewers, my name is Adam and this is Seeking Me Productions bring you another trailer review. In this video we're going to take a look at Masters of the Universe from Amazon MGM Studios. Wow, He-Man. Such a journey this franchise have gone. Full disclosure, when it came to the 1980s heyday of action cartoons, with Transformers, G.I. Joe, Thundercats, and He-Man, of course. It wasn't really, He-Man wasn't really my cup of tea, even though, like, I don't know, the only reason I was able to watch the original cartoon was, of course, the reruns on on cable television, but He-Man never grew on me. I did, like, I was, when it was rebooted back in the early 2000s, good, like, it was a decent run when it was on Toonami, on Cartoon Network at the time, but I was always Thundercats related. Like, it was always the peak of that type of era. Of course, Transformers and G.I. Joe, they all follow suit. But He-Man itself, in general public's eye, clearly went through a pop culture transition through borderline parody, especially in YouTube's early heyday. So to see this film, new live action adaptation after the 1980s disaster of doing this property, of course I had low expectations. Lo and behold, even though there are certain elements that had me questioning, overall from this trailer, I'm really surprised at just how not bad this movie looks. It actually looks promising. And you know what? I shouldn't be doubtful as much, because this is the director of this is Travis Knight, who is who's mostly the head creative director of a lot of Leica films, the stop motion animation department. But and the thing is, this is his second live action film in general, after doing Bumblebee, which is like arguably the second best, or sometimes the best depending on who you're talking to, Transformers live action film. And to see this film to not only take the property seriously in the sense that giving it the type of production it generally deserves, and how spot on from the scope of the visuals and also the costume department of how these iconic characters look on screen is very admirable overall. Nicholas Gillespie, I think, sorry I mispronounced his last name, who's portraying Prince Adam. Sly Adams. There's also Adam and Aaron, ironically, in the screenwriting department as well. But Prince Adam, he looks spot on as the title of the He-Man character in Prince Adam. Looks like I'm kind of surprised they didn't go with the visual transformation of modern, how some people would have thought of him being more more smaller in stature, and then transforming into He-Man like Kevin Smith did when he rebooted the animated series. So him to just be just as physically imposing, even when before he transformed to He-Man, is definitely accurate to the 1980s era, especially that cartoon. But the thing is, the film from this trailer alone, even though that it is taking the approach to tackling the fantastical realm of Grayskull to such creative heights, it does look like it's going to play with that very humorous reputation that He-Man has now resides in these modern day. From the plot, he's also going to be sharing some narrative that he has with She-Ra, in the sense that his parents decide also to send him away to another world. This is going to be another case of he's on Earth now, which does draw a comparison to the 1980s adaptation, live action film, I think. But in a way that it doesn't look like it's going to be too the weird degree that that film did. While it looks like very much, at least from this trailer alone, a lot of it's going to be taking place in that alien planet of the Kingdom of Grayskull itself. A lot of the rest of the cast looks like they're spot on from the what they would depict, despite some actors changing on ethnicity. And Idris Elba playing as Man at Arms, despite the fact that he is playing. He looks good in his costume. Even when have the facial hair to Camila Mendez, I think, playing Tila. Good costume. I think most people are like keep an eye on Jared Leto, who's at this point been box office poison as of late. But the mere fact that they really did commit to show visually representing Skeletor, so like very well done on a visual scale and not holding off on the voice probably until much later in the marketing. Very very well good stuff. Even Evelyn, like a lot of these, like we're in the era of what would have looked very goofy and cartoonish if it was done earlier in earlier years, is now being taken with respect on the visual spectrum. I hope the narrative has some surprises in store. There's like a film that's going to be more fun to watch. Very weirdly enough, this probably like from the set photos from last year, I was ready to write this movie off. But if Travis Knight and his crew is able to knock it out of the park, I know Thundercats might need a director change. Even though Adam Wingard is still set to direct Thundercats himself for Warner Brothers, if that doesn't fall through, Travis Knight might be the go-to director of tackling that classic 1980s action cartoon era. Despite the fact that, wow, with a property that was mainly meant to sell toys, this is might good time to tackle other properties. Where Hasbro, where's Masks? A new G.I. Joe needs a proper revival at this point, and even though Transformers is on hiatus now, it looks promising to say the least. So yeah, there you have it. That was my review for the teaser trailer, or official trailer, it actually looks like, for Masters of the Universe, the 2026 film. June looks like to be a very competitive summer year, a start to that summer season. My name is Adam, and this has been a Seeking Me Productions. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Comment below what is your opinions on Masters of the Universe. What is your fandom of how you feel about He-Man in general, and also other 1980s cartoon toys, properties. Let's discuss. And also check it out on our other social media outlets of Threads, Instagram, and Letterboxd for other content we don't necessarily post on this channel because there's only so much we can discuss here. See ya.